Hello everyone, Dan Hurd with Dan Hurd Prospecting here. Welcome back to my channel. And if you're new, welcome. I hope to earn your subscription today. I am here with the Gold Hog Multi Sluice today and a whole lot of cons that should be extremely rich. I'm going to use the MultiSluice to clean up the cons today and recover the gold. We're hoping in the first run to be somewhere between 10 and 15 grams of gold, but we have 3 more runs to do after this, and who knows how much will be in the total. It could be a lot. Wish me luck, and I hope you enjoy. So Mike and Pete have been running the high banker on one of my best claims here for a day, and they created these 2 buckets worth of cons, 2 half buckets. Well, put them all together, you have about a half bucket of cons, and they've tasked me with cleaning it up. Unfortunately, my bad heart right now means I can't work too hard with shoveling and running the sluice, but I can do the lighter work like cleaning up the gold. So I'm here today to clean up the gold. They're working downriver, 10 kilometers away or so on a really hot claim. Hopefully I'll get a picture too for the video here, but I just came to this site because it's really easy to get down here and work. Don't have to hike the equipment in. Now the Gold Hog Multi Sluice here is one of the premier tools for cleaning up your cons and reducing the amount of cons. I've got 2 half buckets here. When I'm done running the first run on this Gold Hog Multi Sluice, it'll take it down to about half a cup of cons. And at that point, I can decide whether I want to just pan out that half cup to get my gold, or if I want to switch out the mats here to the mats that they use for bringing it down to just a couple tablespoons. I don't mind panning myself. I will make that determination a little bit later, but right now we're just going to run through the first run on the MultiSluice to bring it down to about a half cup. My cons right now have rocks up to about a ½ inch in them. So I do have to classify this down to a 1/4 inch. And of course, I will be using the Arbor Fabricating 1/4 inch classifier. Link down in the description if you want a discount code. It is the world's best classifier. I will be classifying this down to get rid of those bigger rocks so that I can run it through the MultiSluice. Doc says that you want about a 1/4 inch material, 1/4 minus material to run through the MultiSluice. So I'm gonna wait for my ice to melt a little bit here and then classify this down. It was a little cold last night. There we go. We are. All the 1/4 inch plus rocks cleaned off. I will throw these in a pan and just swirl them around, make sure we don't accidentally miss a massive flake. Well, it's all charged with water. The material's all classified down to 1/4 inch. All we're ready to do is plug it in and go. Now I should mention my leveling here. I've got this machine set to 11 degrees. which is what he suggested, 11 to 13, depending on what you're doing. 11 degrees, just with a simple protractor app on my phone. You can download them on the Play Store. There's thousands of them out there. 11 degrees, and right now I haven't done the side to side. I see it's tilted out that way a bit, so I'm going to adjust it a bit to get it level. And I just check on that by the water level in the riffles. Right now that's all tilted to one side. I'm just going to use the water that's in the riffles to level it out. Can't fool gravity. And I'll use a little stiff bristled brush here to go back and forth between all the riffles, just to make sure any air pockets have been removed. Air pockets in the riffles would actually stop the gold from sitting down where it's supposed to. All ready to feed. So I've run the whole bucket. I am now just leaving it run for just a second to clear any more black sands it might clear. Unfortunately, my catch bucket's right full and has been overflowing now, but that's fine. That's probably long enough. I see gold. I see gold everywhere. I don't know if I see gold everywhere. I see yellow rocks everywhere. That's definitely a piece of gold. Oh, lots of gold up there. Let's take off the feeder box. And have a look. I do see gold all over the place up here. I will run those materials twice just to be sure. But let's go put that in a pan and see what it looks like. Woohoo! So the sun hit a couple riffles just right as I was starting to remove it, and then I saw what I was hoping to see earlier. Riffles absolutely loaded with gold. So yes, there is a lot of gold here. I hope this camera's picking it up. Fraser River sand destroyed my close-up camera yet again. And the second run is done. Let's hope there's not much gold in this run. Well, on my initial look, I don't see any. Okay, I guess the good news. Oh no, I do see a flake. Let's see how much this actually has in it. There's a bit, for sure. Let's move over to the sun to have a look at this. So this is the second run, and definitely has gold in it, but not nearly as much as the first one. Like 10%. Probably a lot less than 10%. 5% of the gold is in the second run, where 90% is sitting there in the first run. 95% is sitting there in the first run. So not bad, not bad. It did lose a lot of the really fine flat gold, but not a huge percent of the fine flat gold. And hopefully on this second run, I did get most of it. We'll see if I have time. I'll run a third run and see what made it through twice. Well, there are the results after just sort of panning them down to, a couple tablespoons here. I didn't run it through the scrubber mat on the MultiSluice. I just wanted to pan this one down. Tomorrow I will be doing this again with about the same amount of cons, and I think I will use the MultiSluice to take these down to this amount with the machine itself rather than panning. This took me about 2 hours of panning out that cup of material, a couple cups of material, to get it to this point. And it's probably another good half hour to get this to clean gold. But I'm not going to do that until I have all the cons from all 3 days. Beautiful gold. So I was a little bit concerned when I saw gold in the second run of that material. And when I actually swirled it around, it looked like a lot. But when I actually went and compared it, the gold that came out in the second run versus the first run, I realized that it was less than 5%. Probably 2% was in the second run. So this thing caught somewhere between 95 and 98% of the gold in the first run. Now, I only ran the material through the coarse matting that's designed to bring it down to about a cup or two of material. I didn't actually run the second run of the fine matting, which is supposed to bring it down to a tablespoon. I'm going to do that in the next video. I've actually got more cons to run tomorrow when the guys bring me today's run, and I'm going to run it through all of its matting and see how this does for cleaning it up. Because when I just ran the first run, it gave me, 2 cups of material. It took me hours of panning to pan out those 2 cups of really heavy material with all that gold. So next video, I am going to run both sets of mats like Doc says and see if it will capture my gold and reduce that cleanup time. Doc from Gold Hog does mention this doesn't capture 100% of your gold. He knows that. He knows that because it's so quick to run through, it's not a problem to run the material a second time and catch that, 2 to 5% you lost. And on the second run, he knows that scrubber mat, that mat, doesn't catch all the gold. It just does a really good job of cleaning it out really well. So that will have to be run multiple times too to get it all. but it is so quick to run. I really like this machine. I really do. I will be doing another video tomorrow on this machine, going through all 3 steps to get your gold fairly clean. Now, I'm not sure of the order of videos I'm going to release, but I've also done a review of the flow pan. You may have seen it already. You may see it after I release the MultiSluice videos, but I have done a review of both of them. If you have any experience with the MultiSluice that you want to share, please leave a comment below. I would love to read what other people think of this machine. So far, I really like it. I have used the Gold Cube lots in the past, and the Gold Cube is great. This thing is every bit as good for catching the gold. I'm losing my son, so I better say bye. I really hope you enjoyed my video. Remember, I have hundreds of more videos on YouTube here. Please go back and check them out. If you haven't subscribed already, think about subscribing. Leave that thumbs up, leave me a comment, and until the next one, everyone. Bye. There goes my son behind the mountain.